Hi friends, welcome back to Bedition Candle Co channel, and today I want to restock some of my wax melts as well as showing you the whole process of wax melt making if you're interested in, and share with you all the supplies that I use for my wax melt making. Just want to interrupt you a little bit and show you that I have a digital products on my Etsy shop for all candle makers. I have a bunch of designs for wax melts, labels and candle care cards as well as wax melt scare cards. These templates are so easy to use with your free Canva account. Also, if you're making a wax melt and you're looking for mock-ups, I have a lot of mock-ups to choose from, and I want to provide you with a 20% off discount, so you can check my Etsy shop and the discount in the description down below. So I'm using my wax melts clamshell molds from Supplies for Candles, but they don't have them anymore, and also I hate them so much because it's so hard to open and close them. And unfortunately, I got a big batch of them. It was like 200, so I have to use them all. But after that, I will find a new one, like with a new design, maybe from Aztec Candle Supply, if you know. For now, I'm using a Soy wax. It's a 100% soy wax, and also they discontinued this wax in our local shop, so I just have to search for another one, maybe coconut wax. And for measuring my fragrance oil, I'm using a silicone measuring cups from Amazon, and that way I always prevent spilling fragrance oil all around. I'm adding the fragrance oil at 90 degrees, it's 194 Fahrenheit, and just stirring for maybe, I don't know, a minute or two. I like to wait until my wax cools down to 122 Fahrenheit, it's 50 degrees, and I think that's the perfect pouring temperature. Just look at the process of pouring the wax into clamshell molds. To me, it looks like I'm making a white chocolate. I don't know, it looks so aesthetic and so yummy. And the scale that I use for my fragrance oil is actually a gram scale, so it's more accurate than regular. The weight of fragrance oil is more accurate with this scale. So if you're interested in the scale, you can find in the description down below all the supplies that I use and all the links. And I want to speak just a little bit about wax melt making. If you're having only a wax melts kind of business, so I think you're so lucky because it's so simple to make wax melts, and I'm enjoying this process so much. It's way easier than making candles. You don't have to think about the stickers, the wicks and the holders, so you know there's a lot of things you have to think when you're making candles. But wax melts, you just need a pouring pitcher, you just need not shaky hands, just to be patient with pouring your wax and not spilling, and that's all. When I started my business and I thought that I just need to add wax melts to my business, I was afraid that people won't buy wax melts. That's because I've never heard in my life about wax melts. I've never tried one, I've never heard about it, and that was something new for me. So because of that, I thought that people won't buy them. But actually, I was really wrong. I had a lot of customers that just bought 8 wax melts in one order. Can you believe it? Like, they're not buying candles, they're not interested in your candles, but they're interested in your wax melt. And they're like buying every scent that you have in your shop. That was really shocking. So I guess we can split the customers for a half. So half of the customers will just buy only candles, and half of them, they like dying for wax melt. They're like enjoying them more than candles. Some of the customers don't like the flame, and also they buying wax melts for more fragrance. That's the main purpose of wax melts, that they have more fragrance oil than candles. Their scent is stronger than candles have. I personally not enjoying too much fragrance. Because of that, I really enjoy my natural candles with natural wax. Natural wax has its own benefits, so it doesn't provide too much fragrance versus perfume candles. So when I worked so hard on my wax melt formula, I cared so much so my customer won't have headaches from the fragrance. I've tested all the wax melts in my room and with my nose. That's a tip from me, just to make sure you're testing every product that you're selling to your customers, so you will know how they perform, how the how they smell, and also how strong they will smell. Now moving to my favorite part, and it's labeling my wax melts. I use my warning labels that I've made by myself with my just regular inkjet printer. I put the labels inside the clamshell mold, so when the customer opens the wax melt, they can just read and see the important information about warning and everything. The labels that I'm using for my wax melts, they actually from onlinelabels.com. I really like their quality, but they have one little problem. Their finish is made. When I'm putting the labels on, they actually look so beautiful and white, but after a while they're like turning a little bit yellow. Maybe you can understand me if you're also making candles or wax melts and you're like labeling your products by yourself. And I asked them what can I do so my labels won't turn yellow, and they said that I just need to use some kind of spray, a clear spray that I just need to use on top of my labels, and I just don't like this idea because it's more work and you need to spray twice. I have a lot of these labels, so the labels that I'm using right now, it's weatherproof made inkjet. Before I got them, I actually used my weatherproof gloss inkjet, and I thought that the gloss looks I don't know, maybe cheaper, but now I understand that the gloss will prevent the labels turning yellow. They're not actually looking yellow, but if you're taking your new wax melts and the wax melts that you've made maybe a month ago or a couple weeks ago, you can see the difference. You can see that the new label, it's more white, and the old label, it's more like beige, like with a beige color. It's not that it looks so bad, like yellow and really low quality, but my eyes just don't like it. If you don't want to struggle with a lot of problems buying only blank sheets with labels and printing them out by yourself, the only thing that I can recommend to you is only choosing a coating for your labels that are glossy finish. So that's really important for them not turning yellow. And the second thing is to buy a finished labels that are customized by you, and you're just receiving your labels and you don't have to print them and buying a printer and struggle with a lot of problems. So yeah, that's definitely more expensive way. I really recommend to you ordering a labels with a glossy finish. That's the cheaper option for if you're only starting with your business and you don't want to spend a lot of money. Now I want to show you the difference between my new and old designs for my logo. You can definitely see the difference. The font looks more interesting and looks actually more aesthetical than my previous one. Now I'm making my wax melt samples for one of my fragrance that I didn't had, and it's a mahogany woodland. And just in case you're struggling with spilling around your wax, make sure that you're using a pistol funnel. You also can have this from Amazon or maybe other stores, and this can make your work like really professional. And I'm using my craft box with clamshells from Amazon as well, and these mini cubes I'm just using to my wax melt samples, and I put them in every order for free just to inspire the customer with a new fragrance, maybe for their next order. I think it's really nice to add something free for your customer to thank them that they bought from you, but it can be a really good opportunity for them to discover one of their maybe new favorite scents. I put a mini label on my box just to know what is this fragrance. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was interesting and helpful for you, and comment down below if you're interested in that kind of videos in the future. Have a nice and productive day, and I will see you in my next video.